Weddings in soap operas are more fun than in real life. Oh, hi, I'm Stella, and welcome to 30 Books. Now, you have busted me reading Soapbox, the Australian Guide to Television Soap Operas by Hilary Kingsley, published in 1989. But we're not talking about soap operas today. We are talking about two new books, two for the price of one this time round. We've got A Lonely Girl is a Dangerous Thing by Jessie and The Morbids by Ewa Ramsey, also a novel. Now, these books are quite different in their writing style, but they also have quite a bit in common, which is why I have decided to review them at the same time. So A Lonely Girl is a Dangerous Thing, Jessie both books are written in first person. They from the point of view of a young woman. In Jessie Chu's novel, it's Jenna Lynn, who's about 23. She's a former child prodigy, a violinist. She's still a violinist. And Caitlin is the protagonist in Ewa's book. And I want to say she's in her late 20s, possibly early 30s, but she might be in her mid-20s. Now, the other thing is both Caitlin and Jenna are working through a kind of trauma and are coming to terms with something that they have done or something that they believed they have done. It's also a story, it's about redemption as well, and they feel like in a way that they don't deserve to be happy. And the other common thing they have, they're both out by Ellen and Unwin. These two girls who are both sort of working through this grief, but the different way that they do it, in that Caitlin pushes people away, namely men. She's absolutely not interested, or she thinks she's not interested in a relationship. Whereas Jenna, in this book, she goes completely the opposite. She is letting far too many men in. Ewa's book, while it talks about mental health, it is a very accessible book, and I do not mean that in a disparaging way at all. It is absolutely, totally believable. I think both Caitlin and Jenna, you just think, what are you doing? Stop doing that. You can absolutely see that they're problems, but I was always on the side of both protagonists. Now, The Morbids relates to a self-help group that Caitlin attends, but the book is far from morbid. In A Lonely Girl is a Dangerous Thing, wow, the writing in this is quite exceptional, and the way that she writes about music, so when Jenna talks about playing the violin somewhere else, I have never read something so profound and powerful about music before. And then in contrast to this is the way she writes sex scenes. So as beautiful as the music is, how raw and devoid of love and beauty the sex scenes are. And there were times when I felt like I wanted to look away. Like if I had had access to this book in my 20s, I would have gobbled it up. I would have absolutely loved it. I thought this was a really powerful book. And they are both about, I think, one of the takeaways from this is about the power of friendships and the power of kindness as well. So that is The Morbids by Ewa Ramsey and A Lonely Girl is a Dangerous Thing by Jessie Chu, both out by Ellen and Unwin. And I bought both books from Jeffrey's Books, one of my favourite bookstores here in Victoria, and they both cost $29.99, which is about $30 each. So for their royalties, they get $3 each. Well, what can you get for $3 each, or, well, why not combine them together as I've done, so that's $6. And it's a twin pack of toothpaste, and I will say that this video has not been sponsored by Colgate. Love to know what you think below. Do you have any other suggestions for books to read, either to review, or maybe something a little bit more abstract and quirky, bit of an old book that you might like, that you think I might like to look at? Don't forget to check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you next time on 30 Books.